When their realtor finally opened the door, what they found shocked everyone.
Welcome to WatchMojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times people found secret compartments in their homes.
Yes, it's a win-win no matter how you look at it.
For this list, we'll be looking at the coolest and creepiest stories where people found parts unknown in their homes. Have you ever found a secret compartment in your house? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, OSU Squatter. We know college is supposed to be full of new experiences, but we wouldn't want this incident on our college bucket list. Some Ohio State University students thought a ghost might be lurking in their house, making noise, turning on devices, and opening cupboards. But during their investigation, they found a hidden room next to the basement.
Inside the room, they found pictures of the guy with his friends and family.
Turns out that they had another unknown roommate named Jeremy living there.
He was like, oh, I was wondering when I get to meet the people that live here. And I was like, oh, hey, like, what is your name? And he's like, oh, my name's Jeremy.
He was promptly served with an eviction notice. According to the students, the leasing company failed to change the locks from the previous year or put do not duplicate notices on the keys. How much longer could Jeremy have lived there if he had done a better job of covering his tracks?
Since Jeremy moved out, the guys have changed the locks on their doors. They just feel lucky it didn't turn out worse.
Number 9, bootleg hatch. Do you like movies set during Prohibition about bootleggers?
You'll carry that stink of the streets with you the rest of your life.
I like the stink of the streets. It makes me feel good. I like the smell of it. It opens up my lungs.
Then this next story might give you an idea for a new screenplay. In response to a question on Reddit posed by user Reptiles and I, asking for stories about people who found a secret room in their homes, Redditor That's the Tea Honey explained that when they and their sister were around 12, they found out that their game room covered up a tiny room. They used this space for hide-and-seek with friends and apparently didn't consider what it might have been used for.
Ready or not, here I come.
When discussing it with their parents many years later, they learned that the home was constructed during Prohibition. This means that it's highly likely that it was used for concealing alcohol. Thankfully, there were no ancient liquor bottles waiting for the homeowners to clear out.
Why is the rum always gone?
Number 8, a special gardening room. Finding out that the previous owners of your home were into gardening isn't that much of a surprise, but this story isn't just about planting some tomatoes. Responding to that same Reddit thread, Redditor Grand Product explained that they were once goofing around with their cousin at their grandparents' home when they accidentally knocked a hole into the wall, unveiling a secret space. Apparently, this room contained grow lights, trays for plants, and various gardening books.
Yes. I imagined this.
One of them was reportedly about marijuana cultivation. When you put all that evidence together, it's pretty clear what this room was used for.
Weed, bush, skunkamola, White Widow super cheese. It's the new gold rush.
There's no word if Grandma and Grandpa had a new business venture in the wake of making this discovery.
Your grandma's hilarious.
Yeah, she's not normally like this.
Number 7, nightmare fuel room. Even if you don't believe in ghosts or haunted houses, we think you'll find this next story scarier than most horror movies. Responding to Redditor Mercury Crest's request for stories where people have found secret passages, tunnels, or rooms, user Smug Ugly told this tale. Their father had bought an old Victorian house, which they and their friends used as a hangout.
Goodness, how many rooms are there?
I don't know. Would you like to count them?
However, during an overnight stay, they heard rustling upstairs. When they went to investigate, they found a hidden room behind a bookshelf full of all kinds of creepy things like vintage kids' toys. But the scariest part was the visible scratch marks and handprints on the bookshelf. They got out soon after and didn't host any more sleepovers there. It's still not clear what was making the noise. Number 6, an explosive room. If you have a relative who served in the military, it probably wouldn't faze you to find a piece of war memorabilia in their home.
Is it okay if I...
Oh, maybe don't touch it.
Okay.
However, this story is beyond comprehension. Responding to that same Reptiles and I thread, Redditor Commentator 9876 told a story about a man in his neighborhood who had served in World War II. After he passed away, his son checked out the basement for the first time since childhood. A hidden section revealed all kinds of items from the war. Some of these items included grenades and other explosive devices that could have practically demolished the residential area. Most of these were donated to a museum, which is a much better place than in a home's basement. Number 5. Josh's Rules. You know how scary that scene in The Shining is, when Danny etches the word red rum into the door with a red crayon while holding a long knife?
Red rum. Red rum. Red rum.
Well, this story has some scary echoes to that legendary horror film. When touring a home, Redditor the Pantster found a section in the basement seemingly belonging to Joshua. Scrawled on the wall were a list of rules. A couple of these creepy credos read, "No watching Isaiah through the hole," and "Stop watching me."
It's a spy hole! Jeepers, Eddie, this would be a great place to hide!
There were also peepholes made in the stairway. Hopefully the realtor was able to get these etchings covered up and sage the house for good measure. Number 4. A huge family find. Posting in the Mercury Crest thread, Redditor 93_Vector said that their father's cousin and her husband purchased a vintage home they intended to flip.
There's definitely updating that needs to be done here.
Yeah, certainly could use a paint job.
Yeah, but look at these bones.
One day, they were looking at the house from the outside and saw something that they hadn't seen before. There was apparently a window in the middle of their bedroom and their daughter's bedroom. The only way to get into this window was by climbing a ladder outside. Inside was another bedroom full of art, jewelry, and fur coats. Since the entrance from the inside had been boarded up, they could have easily missed it completely.
I'm rich! I'm wealthy! Yahoo!
This great find was definitely cheaper than shopping at a luxury brand retailer. Number 3. A historic hiding place. While most people learn about history from reading books and watching documentaries, rarely do people ever get to learn about facts like this. When Redditor Mamani Takar was a child, they lived in Copenhagen for a brief period. In their house, they discovered a false wall and used the space behind it as a hideout. When a girl from the neighborhood was visiting, she said that the space was used for hiding people. As it turned out, an adult confirmed that it was used to protect people from capture during the Holocaust.
Hi.
The significance of this crucial room had a definite impact on the Redditor and likely anyone else who read their post in that already creepy Reptiles and I thread. Number 2. Mysterious tapes. Anyone who's seen The Ring knows that if you find a mysterious videotape, you stay far away from it.
What tape?
The one that kills you when you watch it.
Oh, please.
When Imager user Lumberjack found a tiny passageway inside their new house, they decided to see what it led to. They proceeded to find a room with small items inside. The poster found a few treasures, including cash and watches, but there were also multiple tapes. One was labeled "No, no, no, no" in all caps and black marker.
Oh, no. No.
They fortunately did the smart thing and gave the tapes to the police. Hopefully, no one received any anonymous phone calls over the next 7 days.
7 days.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. A secret hangout for kids. When you're a kid, having your own space is vitally important. While a bedroom is nice, what's even better is having a place that hardly anyone else knows about.
How'd you build it?
When did you build it?
Here and there, I guess.
Redditor Toxic Rewind won the Reptiles and I thread as far as we're concerned, with the story about how they lived in an apartment building with their family when they were a kid. Underneath the stairs was a crawl space accessible through a closet in a door. They found art from other kids and comfy furniture. The Redditor hung out in this space until a couple of growth spurts made it too cramped for them.
Do we dare?
We dare.
They left behind notes to tell future explorers about the clubhouse and who lived there. Hopefully others were able to enjoy the space.
Are you getting this,
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.